Hello, my name is Lisa Cummings. Thank you for joining today. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about what every divorcing spouse needs to know about a qualified domestic relations order. But first, let me share with you a little bit of information about Cummings and Cummings Law. We are a full-service law firm. We assist businesses as well as individuals in meeting all of their legal needs. Now, let me take a moment and share a little bit about myself. My name is Lisa Cummings. I am an attorney. I have worked throughout my career with retirement plans, health and welfare plans, supporting companies and their employees, and understanding their benefit plans, as well as ensuring that the plans work the way that they're supposed to under federal law. Now let's take a few moments today and talk a little bit about what spouses need to know when a divorce occurs and there is a retirement plan. When couples divorce, dividing assets is never simple. Bank accounts, real estate, and personal property can usually be split with relative ease, but retirement accounts are different. They involve federal law, strict plan rules, and potentially significant tax consequences. That is why the Qualified Domestic Relations Order, or QDRO, is such an important tool. Every divorcing spouse with retirement assets should understand what a QDRO is and why it matters. So what is that QDRO thing that we're talking about here? A QDRO, or a Qualified Domestic Relations Order, instructs a retirement plan administrator to pay part of a participant's benefits to an alternate payee. And in this example you see on this slide, the legal order is used to divide the retirement benefit from the original account of the plan participant, and then a portion of that is awarded to the alternate payee. By ensuring that there is a qualified domestic relations order, then as a result, there are no additional unexpected early tax withdrawal penalties for the alternate payee, as well as ensuring that the plan administrator actually receives the document and the alternate payee has the account established for them in their name. It is important to note that not all accounts require a qualified domestic relations order. Individual retirement accounts, or IRAs, can usually be divided directly through the divorce decree itself. However, employer-sponsored plans, such as 401k plans, 403b plans, 457 and 40, and the additional 403b plan, as I mentioned, as well as traditional pension plans, those are all governed by the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, or ERISA. ERISA requires a QDRO before benefits can be divided between the two divorcing spouses. And because each plan has its own procedures and preferred language, the order must be very carefully drafted to comply. You will see also on this chart that individuals who participate in the federal thrift savings plan, they have yet a separate order that needs to be followed. And that language is different even from the QDRO language. Now, a properly drafted QDRO does more than enforce a divorce to settlement. It also allows the alternate payee to receive their share without triggering early withdrawal penalties or creating unwanted tax bills. In many cases, those funds can be rolled over into an IRA, preserving the tax-deferred growth. For pension plans, a QDRO can secure guaranteed lifetime income stream for the alternate payee, sometimes even with survivor benefits. These protections can make a tremendous difference in long-term financial security. So how does the QDRO process work? First, the QDRO order must be drafted with precision, reflecting both the divorce settlement and the retirement plan rules. There also has to be an initial mention of the retirement plan division within the divorce decree or the marital settlement agreement. Then once the QDRO is drafted, it must be submitted to the plan administrator for review, preferably before it is filed with the court. And then once the court approves that document, then the signed order must then be sent to the plan administrator for implementation. This process can take between a few months up to several months, and if there are mistakes or delays, the alternate payee's rights may be at risk. One common misconception about QDROs is that the court or the divorce attorney will automatically handle the QDRO. In reality, unless someone specifically steps in and ensures that this separate legal document is drafted and signed by the court, then sometimes this step can be overlooked. That oversight can be financially devastating, especially in cases where the retirement account is one of the largest marital assets. I've also mentioned on this slide other risks and delays if a QDRO isn't drafted as soon as the divorce is finalized. Sometimes if you wait too long to draft that QDRO, then the participant or the one who originally owes the account, they may leave and go to another company and they may withdraw their 401k account, for instance, and then the alternate payee is not going to be able to request the retirement plan make a payment to them. Also, if the participant were to pass away before the QDRO is filed, then similarly, that benefit that went to the participant's estate may not be payable to the alternate payee. For these reasons and many more, it's really important to be timely in getting that QDRO filed. So what should divorcing spouses do? First, you need to ask early in the process whether your marital settlement involves accounts that will require a QDRO. Second, you will need to retain an attorney who is experienced with retirement plans. This is a highly technical area of law, and even small drafting errors can create big problems. Finally, you should ensure that you send the court-executed document to the retirement plan administrator and then follow up with the retirement plan administrator to ensure that they approve the court order and divide the retirement plan according to the QDRO. A divorce is difficult enough. By handling retirement benefits correctly through a QDRO, both parties can move forward with financial stability and peace of mind. Don't leave this critical step to chance. Address it early, work with experienced professionals, and protect your future. Thank you for joining me today for an overview of what divorcing spouses should know about qualified domestic relations orders. You can find more information about QDROs at our firm website, qdro.law, or you can email me, Lisa, that's Lisa, @cummings.law. Thank you so much for joining us today.